Turns out, crime isn't the only thing hitting the streets of Gotham, and games nowadays are pretty much expected to release at 60 FPS, but the reasoning behind as to why Gotham Knights didn't might surprise you. Find out why, up next. What up guys, this is Kalo. I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Of course, drop a like on the video too. Well, it seems Gotham Knights just keeps taking its lumps in the headlines as of late, because not only did the game release at a capped 30 FPS with no 60 FPS mode in sight, but this revealed a lot more trouble when talking about general game development for games on the Xbox Series S. So originally the drama started when Flora Marty, who was a producer on the game, posted on a forum as to why the game didn't have a performance mode. The post read, "Due to types of features we have in our games, like providing a fully untethered co-op experience in our highly detailed open world, it's not as straightforward as lowering the resolution and getting a higher FPS. For this reason, our game does not have a performance/quality toggle option and will run at 30 FPS on consoles." But the drama leveled up here when Rocksteady's senior character technical artist Lee Devenold jumped in the ring and laid the smackdown on the Xbox Series S. It's also worth noting that WB Montreal, who made the Gotham Knights game, isn't affiliated in the slightest with Rocksteady. But Rocksteady did make the Arkham Knight trilogy and is currently working on the Suicide Squad game. The tweets have since been deleted, but people were quick to grab screenshots of the tweets that read, "I wish gamers understood what 60 FPS means, in terms of all the things they lose to make the game run as fast, especially taking into account that we have current gen consoles that are not much better than last gen ones. So what do you lose?" Turns out things like shadows and numbers of enemies could be affected by this. He went on to tweet, "Multi-platform games always have to optimize for the lowest performer, and Microsoft won't let you launch on one consoles and not the other. An entire generation of games, hamstrung by that potato." I mean, yeah, look what happened at Cyberpunk. The game was big and jam-packed with things ranging from NPCs, loot, and cars, and we all know how that game ran on low-end consoles. So, in a way he's right, but it's fair for companies to want devs to work from its lower tier systems all the way up to its highest performing consoles. The Series S at launch was viewed as its so-called entry point console for the Xbox ecosystem, offering that next-gen feel for a fraction of the cost. So while this is just one instance, and albeit a brave one, to go after Microsoft and call them out for holding games back nowadays, because 60 FPS seems to be that sweet spot industry standard when talking about game performance. So yeah, Microsoft is technically holding gaming back. Now, I'll say this right here and right now. I am no authority on graphics or anything along those lines. Hell, my Xbox Series X is plugged into a damn near 10-year-old TV, so I'm not really getting the full power out of that console. But on the other hand, I have gotten into PC gaming, and I'm currently playing through Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and that game just looks gorgeous on my monitor, so I can really tell there's a difference there. I even notice small differences when I play games like Halo on my PC versus my console. But at the end of the day, that stuff really doesn't matter to me personally. But for some people, this really makes or breaks the gaming experience for them, and that's understandable. So normally this is where I insert a very aptly worded transition to the next story, but we're just gonna keep bashing Microsoft. Sorry, I love you, Phil. But I will go on record and say I do subscribe to Xbox Game Pass, and I really do love all the features, the games, the perks, all of it, and not sponsored. I wish I was. It has really opened doors to games I'd normally never outright buy, and pretty much that's the whole purpose of Game Pass. But recently, Phil Spencer hinted at a potential price increase in the world of Xbox, stating, "I do think at some point we'll have to raise prices on certain things, but going into this holiday, we thought it would be important to maintain those prices." Recently, I did a video on Sony increasing their prices for their consoles, so you might want to go check that out and come right back here. But to kind of consolidate everything right here in this video, price increases aren't really a secret in the gaming industry nowadays. Phil Spencer went on to state, "We've held prices on our consoles, we've held prices on our games and our subscriptions. I don't think we'll be able to do that forever. I do think at some point we'll have to raise the prices on certain things. And that's a fair statement. Games are getting bigger and better performing, but not in the case of Gotham Knights. But look no further than Modern Warfare 2, which is pretty much a $70 price tag nowadays. But Game Pass always seems to warrant that best deal in gaming slogan, and rightfully so for all the things I mentioned earlier. It's honestly damn near criminal for all the games and perks and stuff they're giving to you for that price tag. But honestly, I don't see Phil really straying away from the best deal in gaming slogan and staying in the good graces of gamers. But honestly, even a $5 price increase is still a great bargain. But in the near future, I could see a price increase coming to the consoles themselves, and maybe, and this is a big maybe, to Game Pass at some point, given all the spending they've been doing as of late, adding companies like Bethesda and Activision into the fold. So, as per usual, I'm going to pass this question off to you guys, the viewers. Is this whole FPS debacle really that big of a problem to you guys? And do you really see a price increase coming to any part of the Xbox ecosystem? Let me know in the comment section down below. But that about does it here for all things gaming. I've been KLO. I gave you the lowdown on all things FPS related. Of course, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content and drop a like on the video. I'll see you guys next time.